What's going on, Internet? IG here again today. Long time no see. Yes, I have been very busy. There hasn't been too much going on my YouTube channel for the last few weeks, but we're getting back to a regular one video a week schedule now. And yes, the Gen 2 review is still on its way, but right now we're having a look at Linux gaming series once again. And what better way to kickstart that again with the first-person shooter known as Xonotic. Now, of course, Xonotic is one of the flagship first-person shooters for open source operating systems, and it's indeed an open source game. Back when I did the Next UIs as the first video in the Linux gaming series, a whole bunch of you commented, "Why are you using this? You should be playing Xonotic." And I didn't realize that. Simply because I hadn't really delved in too much to the Linux gaming side of things. I'd just been peeking through the software center, and I'd come across Next UIs as a pretty decent FPS. Now, of course, Xonotic is available through the Desura client, link to that video right here talking about the Desura client. And if you're not a big fan of game distribution clients, then of course you can download it from their website, which I will put in the description box below the like button. So really the biggest differences between Xonotic and Next UIs is just that Xonotic is much more up to date, the graphics are much higher scale and higher resolution, but of course you still get all the funky characters and fun effects of the typical first-person shooter series that Next UIs evolved into. So of course the controls are pretty standard, the aim of the game is pretty standard, there's multiple game modes such as Capture the Flag or All Out Assault or Deathmatch, and obviously you have things like online multiplayer, local LAN multiplayer, etc. One thing that I definitely did notice between Next UIs and Xonotic, and actually a lot of other open source FPS, was that the AI in Xonotic is slightly more up to standard than what you will find on other first-person shooters, especially in the open source arena. They're much more aggressive and obviously they're a bit more difficult to beat. Now, while some people might comment that this game isn't anywhere up to standard of what, you know, like a Halo 4 type game might be, one thing that you have to realize is that these projects, they don't have a production budget, they don't have a paid developer base, they're simply contributed as the project managers see fit. And I think for what it's worth, you can have an awesome amount of fun with said free game. The game engine is very smooth, and of course if you are running it under a decent graphics environment, then of course you're going to get very silky smooth performance. I was running this using the NVIDIA Optimus drivers, which kind of gave me a few hiccups to begin with, just trying to get the game to run through NVIDIA through the Bumblebee project was a little bit of a challenge, but once I did have that up and running, the frame rates were very smooth, and you can't really see it too much in this video, but I wasn't too disappointed by the level of performance that my card was bringing. Also, I did try playing it with the Intel integrated graphics as well, and the performance there wasn't actually too shabby. So you don't have to have a beast of a graphics card in order to get this game to work. I think anything from around the 2010-2011 mark should do. Obviously, one fun glitch of the game is if you hold down the space bar and you just keep jumping along, you can fly around the map like no tomorrow. And of course there are other little perks and things that you will realize the more you play the game. But there is plenty of challenging fragging to be done in this game, so definitely go and check it out, and I'm sure most of you are already familiar with the game. But if you did happen to stumble across this video and you do enjoy the look of the game, then feel free to hit that like button down below, and of course subscribe if you like this content on a regular basis. I shall see you all in the very near future, and yes, that Gen 2 explained video will be coming. Anyway, thank you all consistent audience for coming back once again. I hope it was worth your while, and with that I shall say peace out, ladies and gentlemen.